The first electrified light rail was successfully constructed by China, 70 kilometers in all, traveling at a speed of 120 kilometers/h. The line has 12 stations in all. Along the eastern route from the metropolis, it connects Cairo's urban core with its satellite cities. It will turn into a crucial transit hub for Egypt in the Middle East and North Africa on the 10th day of Ramadan. Considerable cooperation. Egypt launched a global contest in 2017 for high-speed and light rail projects worth $21 billion. Projects. The monies will be dispersed over a number of stages and geographical areas in the project plan. The duration of each project will be at least 20 years. China, Germany, Japan, the US, and Japan were present at that time. Additionally, bids were submitted by additional nations as early as the G7 summit. Before we go on, subscribe to this channel to watch about the most shocking and amazing world projects. Ready? Let's begin. Prior to this, US President Biden declared that he would solicit more than $600 billion from numerous nations to compete with China in the global infrastructure construction market. The United States, he believed, was adamant about winning this project, but ultimately, the winning engineering team was from China. The independence of this endeavor. In reality, I think that nobody is shocked by the outcome. 2019, as early as 50 kilometers east of Cairo, the capital, China and Egypt have collaborated, and in 4 years constructed 20 high-rise structures in the desert. At the time, China was able to build a floor every 4 days and gave the technology to Egyptian co-workers. Chinese speed astounded the Egyptians and led to long-lasting friendships with other nations. Egypt would therefore have no worries when China was finally given the large-scale light rail project. Both, in the end. The light rail project will formally begin construction in 2018. The parties agreed. There are 70 kilometers in the first light rail plan. On the 10th of Ramadan, it will link Cairo to Egypt's satellite cities. China and Egypt will work together to implement the light rail project. The Export-Import Bank of China is providing a 20% loan toward the project's $2 billion in capital. Egypt contributed 80%. Chinese technology, design, copywriting, and equipment will all be used throughout the process, along with trains. When all projects are finished, China will be more honest about this. China can help Egyptian businesses by sharing its expertise and technology. They can later develop manufacturing and upkeep. As a result of realize the One Road, One Belt development strategy, One Street, China created a training program to attract 100 Egyptian railway-related specialists when building this project. Develop them as technical leaders and managers. Impart your knowledge of high-speed rail and teach them Chinese. For potential future Egyptian railway projects. Docking initiative. Egypt was taught Chinese technology in addition to China is not an easy task. This is a challenging topography and a desert region. It is difficult to translate into Chinese. Brittle bone, the path is really difficult. Sand dunes are frequently shifting or semi-moving. Sand and wind interaction can have a significant impact on a railway line. Additionally, operating the mechanical equipment is difficult. Most of it's free and sand repair. It is at enormous consideration to correct the track below, the beach. In addition, it gets close to 55 degrees here in the summer. There is no vegetation, and it is really dry. It is challenging for use by regular automobiles. During the construction process, it is simple for people to labor in high temperatures and simple for them to experience heat stroke because of many different areas involved. In the event of a sandstorm, the road will be hurt, covered in full, damaging and eroding electrical equipment, communication wires, and signaling systems. Fortunately, China has only ever constructed one desert railroad in Arabia. It can manage the desert light rail in Egypt with some experience. The 3-year-long light rail construction project has also started to run on a regular basis. The light rail system has 12 stations and a total length of 70 kilometers. 6 fixed groups are used by the train. Additionally, the top running speed is 120 kilometers per hour. Every day, 360,000 passengers will be served. Additionally, this track will continue to grow after the completion of the future to connect the entire nation. China's infrastructure has advanced at a rate that has established the benchmark for global infrastructure. India once regretted giving Japan the contract to develop its high-speed rail system. Japan assumed control of India's 500-kilometer railway project in 2017. It only has completed 10 kilometers. As of this moment, the delivery has been repeatedly held up due to unforeseen circumstances. This project, if all goes according to the most recent plan, will be finished in 2030 and open to traffic at that time. 6. The interest shown by the Indians in this endeavor is significant. I am completely out of patience at this point, and I have really contemplated moving this project to China. However, putting this strategy into action while involving all three countries will surely be a challenging endeavor. Egypt was able to finish the construction and begin operating the light rail system in 3 years. When the Egyptians in the surrounding areas had their first taste of this light rail system, it was a wonderfully refreshing sensation. They erroneously believed that this light rail was comparable to the high-speed rail in China. It is going to be constructed in Egypt, a significant first for a city that can rightly call itself international. Additionally, it considerably reduces the amount of time that local people spend traveling, lowers the costs associated with transportation, enhances the safety of traffic, and provides benefits to 5 million people in Egypt. People used to take trains, cars, and buses prior to the advent of this light rail system, which increased the travel time. It had been at least that long, but now, thanks to this light rail, not only has the time been cut by more than half, but it has also reduced the costs associated with travel. The entire route consists of a total of 12 stops. The price of the fare for the first 3 stops is 15 Egyptian pounds, which is equivalent to around $0.70 per journey. The price of the ticket to visit all 12 stations is merely 35 Egyptian pounds, which is equivalent to approximately 1.80 USD. The cost of traveling the same distance on the light rail. The cost of a ride on Egypt's light rail system is significantly lower than that of the United States, Japan, and even China, a nation renowned for its advanced transportation network. To the best of my knowledge, there is no other country besides India. Along with this, the Mansour station on this line is the largest transfer station in all of North Africa and the Middle East. Combined, after the opening of the light rail system, yes, it will. It is necessary to provide 5 million citizens of Cairo with commuter services that are both effective and convenient as they travel between the old city and the new capital, which will contribute to the growth of the economy in eastern Egypt and play a key part in advancing Egypt's path of industrialization. In the event that the projects are moving forward and the Belt and Road is being extended, the next year will see the beginning of the second phase of this light rail system, which will see it stretch an additional 103 kilometers and add 7 stops, if and when the rail connects to further cities and regions further afield. It is anticipated that the line will serve up to 500,000 passengers each and every day, alongside the subway and the light rail. Additionally, Egypt has acquired train equipment from China. As more light railways become operational in the future, there will be a total of 22 trains that have been finished. China will remain Egypt's supplier of choice for additional train purchases. The Egyptian environment must be taken into consideration when designing these vehicles, and they must be able to withstand the rigors of working in Egypt's harsh desert environment, which includes high temperatures, a dusty environment, and strong sunshine. Now that this light rail has been finished, the construction of the rest of the project may officially commence. Within the following 15 years, China is going to keep working on finishing up the remaining high-speed rail and light rail projects in China. The future of Egypt is becoming something that people are beginning to look forward to with increasing anticipation. Share your opinion in comments. Click on this video to watch about another shocking project you didn't know about.